AFM is celebrating its 20th anniversary today. Over the last 20 years, big strides have been made. Fair and transparent markets, financial well-being. But of course, this is not a safe asset. We basically discussed two big challenges for the next 20 years. One is the digitalization of the economy, and the other is sustainability. Both are very important and will shape the future.
It is a great pleasure to celebrate 20 years of the Autoriteit Financiële Markten. I would like to congratulate the AFM for their commitment to promoting fair and transparent financial markets over the last 20 years.
On the panel on digitalization, there was a very interesting discussion on how to convince consumers that we will take care of their data in a proper way. Ron Kemenade from ANG said that it was very important to have transparency, but to realize that customers can only absorb so much information. So you need to be not more transparency or a lot of transparency, but clear transparency.
What I found most surprising is to hear from an industry participant and a regulator that there's various dilemmas involved. How can you reconcile privacy and oversight? That's a non-trivial question that I don't have the answer to, but I listen to the panelists and I love to hear their views.
There was also a very interesting speech by Max Bezerman. He talked about complicitness, the fact that bad people do bad things, but there are also people around those bad people, and what was their role and how did they act. And I think it was really interesting. Also food for thought for supervisors, because sometimes we are there as well. And what do we do then on those occasions?
I want all of us, but particularly those with supervision responsibilities, to think about our role in creating a more honest and high-integrity world.
The sustainability panel discussed the need to act, to hurry, that there was no time to waste, but that there was also problems with making haste because sometimes then regulation is not easily implemented because it is drawn up in the wrong order. And that, of course, makes it more difficult to implement by the financial sector.
So the key point of my intervention was to make sure that we, on the one hand, ensure that the investments that are marketed as sustainable are genuinely sustainable, and on the other hand, make sure that investors have the right information and there's enough transparency to make their investment choices.
Climate change is really upon us, and all of us need to work together. Companies, regulators, supervisors, the market, asset managers, issuers, and of course accountants. We need standards, and universal standards, very fast, in order to compare information, in order to make it available to the market and enable the right decisions, which are good companies and which are not.
My main message from this seminar was that united we stand. We need to act together, but people are also willing to act together. People from the financial sector, from academia, policymakers and colleagues from the international regulatory scene. So I think on a positive note, yes, challenges ahead, but together we stand.